Hello friends, welcome back to a new video on this channel. Today we are going to talk about Rabona. This is the new football simulator, the new football manager on the Hive Blockchain, and this video will be like a tutorial. I will talk about the mechanics of the game, how you play it, what you need to do, what you need to know, etc. And yeah, how will I do this? Quite simply, I will walk you through all of these pages here and just describe what each page does, so you know where you can do which action, where you need to go if you want to sign a player, for example. And yeah, we begin with the main page. This is the page that you land on when you have just bought the starter pack, when you logged in. So here at the top you see, it's not a tutorial but a simple welcome text that says what things you need to do first. So it says upgrade the stadium to capacity to at least level 5, complete a couple of the tasks below to earn rewards, do one free training session every 24 hours and refer friends to earn rewards. And yeah, basically those are really good tips already. Most of those things here you can do on other pages, and I'll talk about it when we get there. So on the right here you see a small overview over the current status of your team and of the current league. So I am in League 2, the season hasn't started yet, so I think everyone starts in the League 2. Only if you come really late, if there are already a couple of hundred players or so, then you can start in League 3. At least I believe so, I'm not sure. Here you have an overview over your fans. You get fans if you win matches, you lose them if you lose matches, and fans determine how much tickets you can sell in your stadium if you play the games in your hometown. So here you see some stats about your current team, the age, the overall strength of the players, and the salary that you pay per match. But the average salary, not the total salary. So then you get your best player and a couple of stats about your stadium and how much visitors you get per match. So okay, let's go down. Here are some tasks, and I can only really recommend you to do these tasks because they are kind of like a tutorial. They guide you through the game a bit. Those tasks give you also RBN, the in-game currency reward, and yeah, especially at the beginning they those I don't know how many you get when you complete all of them, let's say 200k or so. They can be really helpful because you can scout a couple of players with this money. On the right side you see the news. As you can see here, it shows you when you have scouted new players, it shows you when you signed a new contract, when you upgraded something. Later, when a player gets an injury, it will be shown here, and other similar things. Here you see the fixtures and the table for your current league. We are currently not in a season. The season will begin in a couple of days, so that's why we see nothing here. And here we can see some top scorers stats, but those are not live currently. These are just some hard-coded numbers and players. I am not sure when you will see the actual stats here. Okay, so that's it for the main page, for the dashboard. Now let's get to the team page. The team page allows you to see your players and their different stats. It also allows you to manage those players. These different stats, I'm not going to explain them in this video. I have a post on my Hive blog where you can see what the stats do and which stats are really important. So you can see them here. You can sell a player, you list it on the market for a RBN price, and there is a 5% market fee which will be burned, as you can see here. There are no other fees involved with selling a player aside from when he will get bought. Then you can renew contracts here. It's locked currently, I think because we are not in the season, but I would usually do this when they have like 1 or 0 contract duration left. And the cost depends on the cleverness of the player. So if a player is really clever, then his salary for the next contract could be a little bit higher. You can cancel contracts. If you click on it, you see a price that you have to pay. And what this does is the player leaves your team. You don't have to pay his salary. You can't use him, of course. And he goes to the sign page where other players can take him into their team, but we will talk about the sign page a little bit later. Here you have the option to freeze a player. What this does is it basically, like the name says, it freezes the player. He no longer ages. You can't use him in matches. You don't have to pay a salary, but you can still trade him. So basically what this does is, for a fee of 10 cents, you can keep the player for as long as you want without him losing stats, without him needing to be paid, without him aging. So either if it's a really good player, you can keep him for later seasons, or maybe you can even stop playing the game for a couple of months and just freeze your players in the meantime. And there is also this unblock button, which is when he is frozen, you can unblock him or unfreeze, which by the way also costs 10 cents. You can also heal players when they are injured, and I think the fee is 10 cents per day that they are injured. So if a player is injured for 5 days, you pay 50 cents to heal him instantly. So at the top you see this button here, Scout a New Player. This allows you to scout a new player. The stats will be generated based on the Hive Blockchain. And let's just do this. It is a cost of 20,000 RBN, which is pretty good, especially at the beginning. It can help you really much. So you get this message here, new player has been scouted, and then you get this pop-up. So you see it's a defender. He has 68 defending, which is really good. He has 25 passing skill, which is not really good, but 62 shots. I mean, it's a defender, but still, it's a good shot skill. Unfortunately, he is not very fast. He has a speed skill of 14, cleverness of 28, endurance of 29, vulnerability of 19, and the team player stat of 35. I mean, the defending skill is really good, but those other skills are rather bad. But I'll still sign him because my other defenders are really bad. And if you don't sign the player, you can have still some time to sign him. I think 24 hours. And after that, if you still haven't signed him, he will go to the sign page, which we will come later to again. That's it for the team page basically. Now let's get to the training page. What is this page? It lets you train your team. As the name already suggests, you can do one training every 24 hours. Let's select the defending training here as an example. You will get instantly shown what this training would do. For example, it would rise our defender skill pretty high, of course, because it's a defending training, but it will also have some negative impacts. For example, it will, here for Alberto Rubio, it will lower his dribbling, shot and headball skills. Well, actually not, but not the headball, but I don't know. Anyway, so it will also better his passing skill a little bit. And yeah, you can only train your whole team. You can't train individual players at the moment, at least. I think later it will be possible. But yeah, so you can train once every 24 hours, and after that you can reset the cooldown for $1. So this is really powerful at the beginning. So if you want to spend some money on the game, you could do it in this training here, because as you can see, it will help you. It will help you in the game, because +4, +4.6 here, +3.9, and even for a player that has nearly 70 defending, it still give you +2. This is really good, and it's really powerful. And what you can also do is you can do formation trainings. So for each game you need to choose a formation, of course, which your team will use. And yeah, each player has this formation skill, which determines how good the player will be able to play with this formation. And it can also be really powerful, this training. As you can see here, for example, this one here will get +5 points. So really powerful. Okay, that's it for the trainings page. Now let's go to the fixtures page, and I can't show you much here because the season hasn't started. But once the season have started, you will see all your games here on the left side, your future games, and you will see a table of the current. You will see the current table here on the right side, and you will be able to choose a match and then set your lineup for this match. So once the season starts, you will see it here. Okay, now let's get to the stadium page. The stadium page allows you to upgrade your stadium. There are 4 things that you can upgrade: the stadium capacity, the catering capacity, the shop number, and the youth academy. So the stadium capacity, once you upgrade it, as you can see here, it will increase the capacity of your stadium by a certain number of seats. And this is really important to do at the beginning of the game. The sooner you have your stadium capacity on level 5, the sooner you will be making enough RBN to buy new players, scout new players, etc. Yeah, once you have like 1,000 seats or so, you make a good amount of money. Even if you are not that good, you will still fill 1,000 seats if you have a good ticket price, which is the next feature that you have to manage here. You have to set a price for the tickets. Once the season starts, you will see how many visitors you get per match, and you can lower or higher this ticket price, and this influences how many visitors you get per match. And so you have to keep a balance between a good ticket price and a good utilization of the seats. And yeah, this is just something that you will need to be checking maybe once a day or so, and adjusting when it's not good. I can recommend you to keep the utilization at around maybe 95% or so, because then you will have a nice ticket price, but you will not waste any seats. So if you have a utilization of 100%, this means you could make your ticket price higher and you would still get enough visitors. So yeah, as I said, something you need maybe to check once daily, and the same goes for beer and bratwurst. Okay, so now that it has upgraded, Yeah, I can upgrade it to level 3. As you can see, it will cost 7,500 RBN. I'll do that. And this takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, this upgrade to level 3. But further upgrades will take much longer. I think to level 6 or 7 it needs over a week or so already. And yeah, so what I can recommend you, as I said already, get the stadium to level 5 as soon as possible, and also upgrade the youth academy, because this one here will allow you to get better players from scouting. You can also upgrade shop numbers, which allows you to sell more merchandise, more shirts and more scarves. But I am honestly not sure if this is worth it, because I haven't actually done that before, and it's really expensive, 1 million RBN, which is really much, at the beginning at least. Okay, that's the stadium page. Let's get to the sign page. So as I already said before, on the sign page you can sign players that other teams have either fired, that they have scouted but not signed, or if the contract of the player has expired, then you can also they get also on this page and you can sign them. You have this details button here. If you click it, you get here, and it just shows some of the stats of the player, so you can compare them to your team and decide whether you want to sign him or not. And signing a player is actually free. So this one here will be free. The only thing you have to pay is the salary per, it says here per season, but this is actually per match. I'm not sure why this says per season. So you have to pay 450 RBN per match for this player here. I believe it's per match, it should be per match. Okay, yeah, that's the sign page. You should always check this out at least once a day, because there will always be teams that are much better than you, and they will also get rid of their players at one point, and for them they may be trash, but for you they might be your best player if you're lucky. Always keep an eye on this. Okay, the next page is the market page, and yeah, here you can buy and sell players. You can sort them by position, age, overall strength and type. And yes, so as I said before, there is a 5% market fee which gets deducted after you pay the price. And you simply click buy. You can see this the seller, the stats again. You can also see them on the other page. And yeah, you can also see here whether this player is frozen or not. So yeah, not much to say about it, it's a market page. Okay, so let's get to the financials page. Here you can see your income and your different costs. Yeah, since the season hasn't started yet, this doesn't have much content yet. Aside from minus 100k that I used for scouting players, and you also see this nice chart here on the right which shows you how much you have either lost or won. And also there will be advertisement contracts here. You can sign them, and what they will do is they give you a fixed amount of RBN per season, and they are usually you sign them usually for 4 seasons or so. So also check this out at the beginning of the season. Okay, let's get to the ranking page next. So the ranking page just shows all clubs and a couple stats for them. For example, fans, the different buildings, the average salary, average overall strength. And yeah, as you can see here, FC Bodensee is currently the best club by overall strength. Let's take a look at it. You can click on it and you get to this club page here. Here you can find some information. Currently there are 2 tabs available here, overview and team. The other ones are not implemented yet. And here you can also take a look at the players of the other teams and some different stats from the team club. And when you are on the teams page, you can also click on the individual players and get some information on them. So this one here shows undefined because this player has never played a match before, but once they played one, this will show the actual stats. And these two tabs here are also to be implemented. Okay, and the last page is the wallet page. This simply shows you the incomes and losses that you made. For example, when you upgrade something, it will show here. If you scout players, if you get a referral, it will be shown here. And also if you play matches and get visitor income, if you get Bratwurst income, etc., it will always be shown here. You can also transfer RBN to other players. Simply type the username, the amount, and yeah, you can also buy RBN, by the way. Those are the prices. I'm not sure if it's worth buying. I mean, you can do much stuff with 15 million RBN, but it also costs $100. So it may be worth it small amounts, but I wouldn't invest too big amounts, I think. I would rather reset trainings. I think you can do better with that. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say about the game, I think. I hope I have mentioned everything, so if you have any further questions or some things that I haven't explained, just leave a comment. I'll try to read them as soon as possible and also to reply as soon as possible. If you want, check out my latest post on my Hive blog. It's also about Rabona. I also explained the game there a little bit. I gave some tips, and also I explained the first steps that I would take as a new player. And yeah, if you want to sign up for this game, there is a referral link in my description. If you use it, you get a 25k RBN bonus for the beginning. You could use that, for example, to scout a new player. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope I could help you with this. See you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.